Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche pregame show. We got Eric, we got AJ, we got Rudo coming to you live as the Avs are taking on the Buffalo Sabres and the return of Erik Johnson. Before we get into the game and all of that, we have EJ's interview to show you guys where a little bit of emotions going on in this thing.
Big baby. 12 hours getting back to town and getting down here this morning, being on this side of the locker room.
Yeah, I mean, before I start, I wanted to just send my best to Sam Girard. I've been talking to him since he's winning the assistance program, so if he sees this message, I'm definitely thinking about him. Just want to start off with that. But I obviously spent a lot of time here the last 13 years of my career, so special place for me, special place for my family, and really excited to get back. Just great organization, great people, and fortunate to spend the time I did here.
Have you talked to any of the guys yet?
I saw them all when they were in Buffalo for dinner, and then I'm staying over tonight and going to see them all after the game and hopefully grab a beer or something with them, glass of wine, and just say hi. So, we have a business meeting tonight that we'll sort out first, and then be good to see those guys.
Jared Bednar this morning said hockey guys are just different, right? Like, you guys can put your differences aside after the game, but how weird is it to play against a former team, especially after spending so many years the way you did?
Yeah, I think, Rachel, the biggest part will just be playing here at Ball. Home away from home for me. Had a lot of good years in Colorado, and it's going to be different, but I'm looking forward to playing against those guys. And as much as it's going to be made about my return, I also want to say thanks to all the fans and all the employees and just everybody that always made me feel so welcome over the years. So it's also a chance for me to say thanks for everything everyone's done for me over the years. So cool from my standpoint as well.
Is it going to be hard, maybe knowing that that there's going to be that kind of wave of emotions? Is it kind of hard getting focused on the start of the game?
Yeah, I mean, I really am excited. I'm not nervous at all. I just, it's going to be once this year, and then it's never going to really be like this again with kind of the fanfare for the return. But I'm just going to try and enjoy it. Whatever happens, happens. I'm just looking forward to being out there and playing in front of the fans who were so great to me for so long, and just excited to be back. And Denver's home for me now, so it's just such a great place, one of the best cities in the country, best organizations in the league. So it was a great run. I'm super grateful, and I'd probably like to say more, but I'd probably get choked up a little bit if I kept talking, so I'll save it. But I think everyone knows how important this organization was to me over the years.
You're excited, but I know, do you have to mentally kind of prepare yourself because you know that tribute is coming in the middle of the game, just to kind of stay focused on the game?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's, just give me a minute.
Take your time, EJ.
Just give me 1 second. Sorry if I have any waterworks here, but just the team meant a lot to me, all the guys, and it's going to be hard for sure.
Does it help getting to play against the guys, having already done that before you had to come back here? Is it maybe a little bit easier? Yeah, I think so. I mean, just coming back here, all my best friends and the organization and just the city has been so great to me, so it'll be hard.
There was EJ. Obviously, loved the teams he was here for.
Yeah.
Everything worked out great with him. I think everyone here loves the guy. I think that much is pretty clear. We talked about it on yesterday's show a little bit too.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's actually get into the pregame here, presented by Bet365. Avs need a win to have a successful homestand, right?
Yep.
You're at 500 right now. You win this one, you end up over 500. Do you love it? No. Is it good enough? Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if 3-2 is 3-2 is fine.
Yeah.
You really wanted 4-1 or better.
Yep.
You always want 4-1 or better, but 3-2, it's acceptable.
And then you go play that game in Winnipeg. You come back Sunday. You win that one. Again, we're going but then it makes it 4-2 the last 6 at home.
Yeah.
It's okay. You know what I mean? Like, you want to be 6-0, but 4-2 is decent hockey too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, again, you got to play the game tonight. That's the first one you want to play. Don't worry about Saturday and Sunday, but it's 3-4 for them, and it's 3-4 for Buffalo too. So you want to start the right foot, both teams. So it's gonna be I'm excited.
And mentally, if you win tonight, you go into Winnipeg and win. You really should beat the Sharks. Like, you really should just beat the Sharks.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't care what their record is over X number
You
of
should
games,
just
whatever.
beat them.
They're
better
the
than
Sharks.
them. Yep.
They're in your building. You should beat them. You do that, you're on a 4-game. You're on a heater.
Yep.
There you go.
You're officially back on a heater.
It's unreal, right?
And it happens quickly in the NHL, right? Like, you're down bad, you're feeling awful, you're like, oh my god. But you win this game tonight, it sets you up for success again.
Yep.
And my math was wrong. Sorry, it's not 3-4. It's 3-5. But meaning, there's a game tonight, then they have 2 days off, and then a back to
They
back.
get the 3-4 on
My
the
fault.
backside.
My
of it.
fault. I gave wrong info.
Just to confirm the lineup tonight, Myers is getting another go on that fourth line with Olofsson and Cogliano.
My guy.
Malinsky, the 6th D, and Prosvetov in net.
Not my guy.
I want to talk about Prosvetov, but I know Eric is going to do
Yeah.
so in his 3 keys. So let's get into that.
All right. Well, for EJ's return, right? Big game tonight. Take a page out of the great ending. Great ending. What does that mean? Freaking last 8 minutes of that game was awesome. It was Avalanche hockey. It was superstar hockey. It was elite players of the world. It was fun to watch.
This is the Calgary one. There it is.
She found it. We're good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So take a page out of the great ending, right? I mean, honestly, it was pretty to watch. You know, follow suit from the last 8 minutes. Deactivation, quick outs on the transition. Superstars taking over. It was fun. It was awesome, right? I think we all agree it was fun to watch. It was electrifying. Number 2, need a big one out of the goaltender. I kept it a little wide there. Wasn't sure this morning when I sent that with Tiff that
Who was going to get the start?
was going to be. So I kind of had a, maybe. But needless to say, it doesn't matter. Either one of them. Prosvetov, lost to Philly, right? It's not like he had a shutout, So mentally reset, get ready to go, battle, control the controllables as a goalie. The only thing you can do is to make sure you're there and you play the game within the game, right? Timely saves and all that kind of stuff. It would have been more if it was Georgiev tonight, but still, Prosvetov had a loss last game. Get ready to go. Home ice, we just talked about it. Control the game, dictate the flow. Dictate the pace of the game, not the opposite. Let them chase you. Don't chase the game. Feed off the atmosphere of the crowd. It was fun. Everybody was saying it was really electric last game. It was awesome turnaround. You win now. It's a winning homestand. We just talked about it. So that is a big one. And, when you do those mini-series like we always talk about, like those things are huge, those little games like this. So I expect the Avalanche to come out flying tonight. If they do those 3 things there, they'll be more than fine.
With Buffalo, look, this is a team a lot of people had hype on in the offseason. A lot of people felt like this was a team that is finally turning the corner. Right now, they are essentially sitting last to the Atlantic. Technically, Ottawa's behind them, but they have like 6 games in hand or something ridiculous. They're under 500. They are not this team that everyone thought they were going to be. They are a team that the Avs should beat. When you're looking at their lineup, though, don't make any mistakes. They have some talent up there. Casey Middlestat having a great year. Alex Tuck always steady for them. Guys
Coming back tonight, too.
Yeah, there you go. The Avs catching a lot of teams getting healthy, it feels like, lately. But
Tage Thompson just returned.
Yep. Obviously a weapon for them. When Colorado steps into this game, do they have the advantage at every position? Or where do they need to be wary most of Buffalo?
I mean, I think it's UPL tonight, right?
It is UPL.
UPL against Prosvetov is
It's a matchup of all time.
Devin Levi's been good the last 2 games for them. He was good the last 2 games. I would have gone Devin Levi. Remember I said he's going to win the Calder? Again, that was a little crazy.
He will not be winning the Calder.
But I said he's going to end up going to the minors for a while, right? And he's been in the minors.
Yeah, now he's back.
Now he's back, and he's playing better. But again, Levi's my guy, not UPL. Becca, is that UPL? Yeah, whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's probably the one matchup where you're like, it's...
Whoever plays less bad.
You probably give it to the Sabres.
I think that's fair.
Because UPL shut the Avs out already this season.
He did.
So
That did happen.
you know,
That's right. Revenge game.
yeah, Prosvetov shutting out Buffalo would be a fun little.
I'm down for it.
Let's do that. Otherwise, yes. Colorado's better. Best
Certainly
guys are still
forward and
better.
defense, yeah. Not knocking Tage Thompson.
No, of
He's
course
proved
not.
himself as a 1C in this league, but he's not Nathan McKinnon.
Yeah, I mean, Tage Thompson and Alex Tuck and Casey Middlestat, Dylan Cousins.
Those are legit
good
guys.
players.
Jeff
Yeah.
Skinner. Like, it's a good forward core. You could argue, and I would be here for it if you wanted to, that their forward core is probably a little more effective further down. Their depth guys are probably a little bit better. Fine. Tyson Jost he's got a goal coming his way tonight, of course.
Assisted by Erik Johnson, no doubt.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, you named
yeah.
a bunch of superstars. You forgot one. Your guy. Just got traded there.
Oh, Eric Robinson.
Buddy's brother.
Superstar.
Yeah, Eric Robinson rules.
He had a
So
superstar game last
He
game.
did.
AJ was really happy.
I was very excited.
He's Buddy's brother, Buddy Robinson's brother.
Yeah, so defensively, Rasmus Dahlin is great. Owen Power is going to have a good career. All that stuff. There's still more potential than potential realized at this point.
Yeah.
So Colorado was still, I would say Colorado was still favored here.
I would agree.
Defensively, you really want to see a better defensive effort, wire to wire, by the Avalanche.
Team wide. Better.
Yeah, not looking for a dominant effort, but
Don't give up 5.
well, and don't have the second period lull where you give up 15 scoring chances and 10 of them are high danger, and
Make them beat you, I guess, would be a better way to say it. If they make
Yeah.
great plays and score goals, credit to them. Don't
Yeah.
give them freebies.
they're definitely going to score goals tonight. So this feels like a night where each team might have to outscore their problems.
I
love
hope
it.
that's where
I
my
love
bets
that
went,
expression.
so I hope you're right. For Colorado, how do you continue to improve as a team this year? Because we've seen a lot of the ups and downs. We've seen a lot of the, hey, you have these critical errors in your game. How do you improve on that on a game-by-game basis? Is it as simple as going to the guys that I'm sure they know they screwed up? Is it give them, hey, here's your outlet? Is it re-showing them that part of the systems, making sure they know what they need to do, or what is the next steps?
Yeah, I mean, you have to talk to them, and then they have to execute better.
Okay.
You're getting to the point of the year where the new guys don't have we're still
Excuse
trying to
anymore,
figure
for
it out.
sure.
We're
Yep.
still learning. I know that line mates have been a little squirrely over the last little while. This lineup, until Arturi Lehkonen comes back or until another real injury takes place, this lineup more or less should be the lineup that they roll with for the future.
Maybe a different 12 forward, 6D. But that's about
exactly,
it. Yeah.
man. Like minor tweaks here, but at forward, these guys should be in the positions that they're going to be in for a little while.
Yep.
And so the excuses are done.
Just do better.
Whatever logical reasoning. Bless you, Tiff. Whatever logical reasoning you could apply to their struggles early on, it's done. It's time to go. It's time to figure it out. And you need to start producing on a regular basis. Doesn't have to be every game, but Tomas Tatar, Jonathan Duran, Ryan Johansson, those guys need to start. Let's go. I want to see a little bit more consistent production
Night in,
out of those
night
guys.
out, yep.
Yeah, and if you're not gonna produce, because they're not gonna produce every night. If
Don't
those
fall asleep defensively.
yeah, and if those guys were gonna produce every night, they'd be top line players. That's always how this goes.
That's true.
So if those guys are producing every other game, every third game, you feel pretty good about it.
But I agree with that. You can't just wait till the end either. It's not like you turn on the switch 3 games before the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I think they've made a model. The first week, Bednar, every presser was talking about, we want to play. Remember, because they were winning 6-7 in a row, remember? And it was like, yeah, we have to learn how to win, though, and we have to learn to play the right way, because in the spring, we're going to have to play that way. And then, he was not being negative about the wins, but he was saying, yeah, it's not perfect. And it did catch up to them a little bit, right? Those little 3s and 4s. And I agree with you. Now it's about the toughest thing to do in the National Hockey League, well, especially for young guys, but I'm talking about as a team, is to hit consistency. consistency is a tough thing to attain. You know, it's not easy, but I agree. And I'm going to use your line, AJ, like, don't act like teenagers, act like adults. You know what I mean? Act like adults. Don't act like teenagers. Don't act like child. Sometimes it's been childish too at times, right?
Yes.
You know, I'm going to touch the fire. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, it does burn you. You know what I mean? So don't do it.
We're going to take 4 penalties in a row.
That's my point.
Let's put a team on a 5-on-3.
So now it's more like maturity as, you know, like, again, you grow so much in a season. It's like, you know, you go from child to teenager to adult. No, it's the time to be adults and to really show where you are in the National Hockey League. And they are an upper echelon team. And they will be there at the end. But you got to make sure right now that you set the seeds and the pickets, you know, like straight and, you know, to build the foundation right for the playoffs.
Yeah, I could not have said it better. We've reminded everyone of this a bit, but the Avs have put themselves in a situation where they don't have to win every single night. They want to work towards playing their best hockey in April, in May. And you do that by figuring it out, working through it in December, which, you know, in a perfect world, they win every game and they do everything perfectly, but that's just not reality.
I agree.
So, Avs are going to be a little bit up and down. They have already been up and down this year. It's at what point do you see that start to steady off? And you're 2 full months into the season now. Is there a little bit of urgency then? Do you think they're in that locker room saying, hey, we know how to do it, but we have to start doing it?
Yeah, you're coming to the end here of your third 10-game segment.
Yep.
I always say that the new year is when you really start as a team. Start tightening the screws.
Sure.
Start drilling down into what you really are as a team and where you need to get better. Yep. The areas of opportunity for the Avalanche are aplenty.
No doubt.
This isn't a team that you have to squint very hard and see, wow, what needs to be better? For you to be as good as they've been,
with so many problems,
speaks to the potential that they have as a group.
Yep.
But you need to start to realize that potential. You need to start to come together. They've started to answer some questions. Yep. Some things they know. Some things feel pretty figured out.
Yep.
There's enough things that aren't, though, that you're like...
work to do.
Yep.
I said it before the Calgary game. They didn't really give me an A game against Calgary. It worked out.
Yeah, no kidding.
And they finish.
The last 8 minutes was the A game.
Yeah.
But not the whole thing. I'd like to see the whole thing tonight. Give me a full A game against Buffalo. Let's get into my bets, and I will try to give you an A here. I went with Devon Taves' last goal because it's plus 3,000.
I love that bet.
Look, I figured if the Avs are ahead, he's going to be out there for the empty net. Why not take a crack at it for that kind of money?
Rycroftian bet.
It is. It kind of is. Then I went with period 2 highest scoring because that thing has been hitting a lot for me lately. Pretty good odds, too. So jump on that. And then, as AJ mentioned, Avs might have to outscore some problems tonight. Expecting a bit of a high score in one. Taking the Avalanche to get over 4.5 goals at plus 155. So, put the puck in the net. That's what we're looking for tonight. Hopefully the Avs can get a good amount of that going. You'd love to see them lock it down defensively too, but you know what? You'll take the win however you can get it at the end of the night. So, not going to complain either way. Any final thoughts from you two as this OT is rolling, and pretty soon the Avs game should get going?
Just very specifically, I really want to see it continue for Tatar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Answering that question would go a long way.
It's all of a sudden one less hole to fill in your lineup.
It feels like this Ryjo thing is just going to continue on and continue on and continue on as like, oh.
Ryjo 3-point night incoming.
I hope so, man.
But Ryjo's been so different in the sense that Colton's been so good.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of compensates for it, so to speak, right? You know, it's not so flagrant. You like Tatar, Tuna. I like, I'm going to push for Mikko to keep going. You know what I mean? Like, 3 points and last period, whatever it was.
3 points, and then you go and you talk shit in your post-game presser.
You better keep it up, bud.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like it can't just be like, oh, you had a nice 3-point night, and then we immediately win back.
Can we
right
make
to
sure
it.
that everyone knows AJ's going after Mikko? He said this summer he ate 12 hot dogs one game.
It's true.
Just please put that out there.
Yeah,
Let
he and
Mikko know.
I went and saw Henry one too many days in a row.
He's ticked off.
Realistically, asking Tatar to keep going is probably a bigger ask than asking Mikko to keep
Yeah,
going.
no, exactly.
Less important.
Also less important. That's fair. Why not have them both?
Shoot
Keep
it.
going. Carry the Avs tonight. Oof.
Oh,
We're going to go watch the rest of this New Jersey-Boston game, which might be ending in like 4 seconds. And then the Avs game will be on. So we appreciate y'all. We have a watch-along coming for tonight. If you're staying up late and watching with us, we appreciate y'all. If not, make sure you tune in after the game where we'll break it all down. We appreciate you, and we will see you soon.
We all silly like the mayor.